My name is Chris Hennessey. My appointment is actually in law and accounting. So by training, I'm a lawyer and a CPA, but now I exclusively teach finance, shareholder value, mergers and acquisitions, basic finance for non-financial managers, a little bit of entrepreneurship, and a little bit of strategy. And I speak on topics related to financial and wealth management to mainly financial advisors and also clients, shareholders all over the country. I'm also on the board of the largest independent food distributor in New England. I've taught and consulted in somewhere in the range of 18 to 20 countries across the world, so all over Western Europe, Asia, the Middle East is more recent, South America, Canada, and of course the United States.
That's my second thing. I think a lot of companies, the family business companies, the debt is probably the biggest number. But a lot of times it doesn't come from banks, does it? It comes from the owners, right? They're putting money into the business is a loan. Is a loan. They're loaning money to the business. And then, of course, they hope to get it out with interest.
Some people think about strategy in a very tactical viewpoint, and that's really implementation of strategy. But strategy has to be, at the end of the day, about differentiation. And that can lead to selling a service or product that has value at a higher price point, or it can even lead to selling a product or service that has a lot of value and because of strategy at a lower price point. But at the end of the day, it has to be about differentiation. I also find absolutely fascinating about companies, people, the employees. How do you govern? How do you motivate employees? How do you keep them engaged? I think the employees create the culture within a company. They help create the brand of a company. And indeed, I think great leadership will keep those folks very focused and very engaged. And how do you transform companies where that's not happening? What's the classic way that managers solve problems? Well, they determine what the problem is, they analyze it, they gather information, and then make a decision and implement that decision. Whereas entrepreneurial thought and action is a little bit of a different viewpoint. It's saying, well, think about yourself and who you are and what knowledge you have, and then think about the network of people you know, which is clearly related to teamwork in some ways, and what knowledge you can draw from that network, and then think about opportunities. So I actually think entrepreneurship, and one of the ways we think about it at Babson, it's opportunity obsessed. And how do you come up with new opportunities? That's the action side of entrepreneurial thought and action. And I think if organizations can get employees or management to think about opportunities and to think about paradigms that can change and thinking outside the box, and then being able to reward them for that behavior, that can dramatically change an organization. So I think Babson's different than some business schools in the context of the faculty have been in the real world, they are in the real world, and they bring that into the classroom.